Dear students, in this presentation I am going to discuss about bending of beams. So let us see what's a beam. A homogeneous body of uniform cross section whose length is large compared to other dimensions is called a beam. So we have a beam here which is fixed at one point. So at the point M it is fixed and a load is added on the other side, so that is at the point N. So such a system is called a single cantilever. Now I am going to derive an expression for bending moment of a beam. See, consider the uniform beam, so that is Mn, whose one end is fixed, so that is at M, and on the other side we add a load, so that is at the point N. So a load is added here. So we have already conducted the experiment in the lab. This cantilever bending, and see the beam. This beam can be thought of as made up of small different parallel layers, like we have A, B, C, D, E, F. So like this there are number of layers. So this particular beam is thought of made up of number of such layers, and as we add load here, see the extent of bending is not the same, so it's going to be different in this case. So if a load, see when a load is added to the free end of the beam, so we know that the beam is going to bend, and the successive layers, so we have number of layers, and these various layers, they are getting strained. So a filament, so like AB, which is on the top layer, the upper side, so it's going to be extended to A dash B dash, so whose length is going to be increased, and a filament like EF, so that is going to be contracted to E dash F dash. And see, we will always find a layer in between these two filaments which is neither elongated nor contracted, so that's a layer CD here, so which is called the neutral surface. So the line along which the filament, such a filament is situated, so that's called as neutral axis. So now we will derive the expression for the bending moment of a beam. So to derive the bending moment, so we should find out what's the stress and what's the strain in this case. So let us consider this diagram. So this is the part of the beam which is bent. So as I discussed earlier, so the various filaments are marked here, and the beam is imagined to form part of concentric circles of different radius as shown here. So this is just like part of a circle. So we have the radius R for this particular neutral axis. So this is neutral axis whose radius is considered to be R, capital R, and the distance from this filament to A dash B dash, that is small letter r. So the angle subtended at the center, so that is theta, and then see this arc length, that is CD, so that is CD, the arc length CD, so that's equal to r, the radius, into theta. So the arc length, so this CD, that's equal to the radius of this arc into the angle subtended at the center, that is theta. Now see the layer which was AB earlier. Now after adding a load, it's extended to A dash B dash. So now we are going to calculate we are going to find out what's the change in length of this particular filament. So the change in length, so that is change in length of the filament AB. So that's equal to A dash B dash minus AB. A dash B dash minus AB. So that's equal to, so to find this we should know what's this, A dash B dash. A dash B dash, so that's equal to R plus R into theta, because here to here that is R, the distance, here to here it is small letter r, so that's equal to R plus R into theta minus AB. So AB, so that's a AB, that is before we have applied a load, the length of the filament was AB, and even that's equal to CD. So AB and CD are same, right? So that's why CD we know that it's equal to R into theta, so minus R theta, since AB that's equal to CD, that's equal to R into theta, so which we have already written. So the change in length of the filament, so therefore change in length, so that's equal to R plus R into theta minus R theta, so that's equal to, so R theta minus R theta is 0, so remaining is R theta. So that's a change in length of the filament AB. Now to find out the linear strain, see we have the formula linear strain, so that is equal to change in length by original length. So what's the change in length in this case? That's equal to R into theta. So what about the original length of the filament AB, so which was equal to CD, so that's nothing but R into theta. So here it is R theta, so theta gets cancelled, so that's why this is equal to R by R. So this is the linear strain. Now see, we have the formula to find the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus Y, so that's equal to longitudinal stress by longitudinal strain. So that's equal to, so what is stress? Force per unit area, so divided by longitudinal strain, so that's equal to, the strain is R by R. So from this, so I can write the see, I'll just take this force term towards the left side, so that is force divided by area, so that's equal to Young's modulus into R by R. So that implies the force F, so that is equal to Y into R by R into A. So this is the force. So now we are going to calculate what is the bending moment, or what's the moment of the force. So that is, we are going to calculate the moment of the force about the neutral axis. So what's moment of force? See, the moment of force is the turning effect of a force applied to a rotational system at a direction, at a distance from the axis of rotation. So the turning effect of a force applied to a rotational system at a distance from the axis of rotation, that's called as a moment of the force. So now we got what's the force, so which is equal to y into r by r into a. So let us calculate the moment of this force about the neutral axis. So that's nothing but force into the distance from the neutral axis. Therefore, moment of the force about the neutral axis, so that's equal to force into r. Okay, so this force into r from the neutral axis, so the distance from here to here, that is small r. So if you substitute the value of force, that is y by r into RA, so it's equal to y by r into RA into r. So that's equal to y by r into AR square. So this is the moment of the force about the neutral axis. Therefore, so what we have calculated is the moment of the force for a single filament, so A dash B dash or AB. Now the moment of the force acting on the entire beam, so to find this, say we have to find the summation, so that's y by r into AR square, so summation, so sum of the force due to all the filaments, so that's equal to y, the Young's modulus, divided by r summation AR square, so that's equal to y by r into Ig, where Ig is called the geometrical moment of inertia, which is equal to sigma AR square. So the moment of the force acting on the entire beam, that's equal to y by r into Ig, where Ig is the geometrical moment of inertia. So the value of Ig is different for various types of beams, and for a rectangular beam, so it is BD cube divided by 12, so that's why the moment of the force, so that's equal to y by r into BD cube divided by 12. And for a beam with the circular cross section, so there is circular cross section, see the moment of the force, that's equal to y by r into pi rho to the power 4 divided by 4, where rho is the radius of the beam. So this is about the moment of the force, or the bending moment of a beam.